the secret to their success is pretty easy. It's Tom Brady. He is a stone cold killer. I've shared the field with him many times, and the biggest thing about Tom is he is going to make you pay when you make mistakes, and teams know that going into Foxborough, and even playing them on the road. If you turn the ball over, if you have a bad special teams play, if you miss a field goal, Tom is going to grab that ball and he's going to march down the field, and he's not going to kick a field goal. He's going to put them in the end zone and really kind of force you to come out of your game plan.
But you played the Steelers. They came to your place this year, and Le'Veon ran wild. Ben had an okay ball game. Did you think the game would be closer than what it turned out to be yesterday?
I did think the game would be a lot closer than it turned out to be yesterday. I thought that the one team out of the AFC that could get the Patriots would be the Steelers. But for them to do that, they have to have their the three Bs going.
Right.
They had to have Le'Veon running the ball. They have to have Antonio running underneath and taking the top off the defense. And they have to have Ben moving around, making throws down the field. And with Le'Veon coming out of the game early, and I think Bill concentrating on taking Antonio Brown away, it really kind of left them with limited options.
So over the years, you'd look across the line of scrimmage and you'd see a Patriot defense that didn't have a lot of what we'd call superstars, transcendent players, game changers. Did you look across the line game after game and say, we can move the ball on these guys?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Always going into it, their defense wasn't always great. They were good. They had some good players. They always seemed to pluck players off other teams and fit them in and get big contributions out of them. But the thing going in is you think we can outscore them. We can put some points up on them and put some pressure on Tom and the offense. What you have to do is you have to convert on third down. You have to stay on the field. You have to keep the ball out of their hands. But like I said, you make one mistake. You turn the ball over once. Tom's going to chuck that thing right down the field, and he's going to make you pay. And then it's going to be a 7-point swing in the Patriots' favor.
Go ahead, Skip.
No, when you were matched up with whoever was across from you, did you always look at him and say, gee, I face tougher guys than this guy? Because they're pretty good across the front, but I don't know if they have any dominators, right?
They're all above average ball players. They're all good ball players. But what they do is they play so scheme sound. They're always in the right position. And let's say you go up there and you're running one back power and you're having success with it all season. Going in there, they're going to take that away from you, whether it's by alignment, by bossing linebackers over. They're going to take away what you do really well, and they're going to force you to kind of find something else to do. And I think what you see throughout the season is you see teams get into these trends and get into these rhythms of what they're comfortable doing, and then you go up there and they take that away, and you see teams kind of squandering to figure out what to do because, we're kind of hard-headed individuals in football. We think this is what we do well. We're going to come up and impose our will on you, and we're going to do it well over and over. And then once that gets taken away, and Tom's running up and down the field scoring points, that's when you get blowouts.
So in other words, you need to be able to break tendency to be able to beat this football team because you look at them, they're a 3-4 team, and they play two gap. So the guys are not really trying to go anywhere. They're just trying to stalemate with you at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're just trying to hold you up and let those linebackers flow and make plays. And Hightower does a great job back there calling the defense, getting them set. Chung on the back end, those are their two leaders, and those guys are always in the right spot at the right time. So they, you go in there and you think you're going to do one thing, and next thing you know, you're down 14-0, and you can't do the one thing you're banking on doing.
Right.
So how hard was it for you last night to watch Chris Hogan, former teammate of yours in Buffalo, go 9 for 180 yards for the Patriots?
I'm so excited and so proud of what Chris Hogan's done. I actually played with him in Miami back when we did the Hard Knocks season.
7-11.
7-11. Ocho Cinco called him 7-11.
Yeah.
And, he was a guy that just always did the right thing. He was always in the right spot. He ran great routes. He worked hard. He was on the jugs as you're walking off the field after practice. And when he got cut, I was really pulling for him to get that last roster spot in Miami. And he got cut, and he got to Buffalo, got a chance to show what he can do, make a couple plays. And when the Patriots stole him from us,
They did.
We all knew that it was going to be great for him because he's super reliable, he's dependable, he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's a hard worker. So we knew Tom was going to make him a star.
And he's pretty talented. He can run a little bit, right?
He can run a little bit. He's got a little shake to him, and he's exactly where he needs to be. And Tom can trust that, and Tom can get him the ball.
Well, all you had to do was tender him. If you tender him, they can't sign him.
Right. Those are questions. Okay, those are above my pay grade. I'm on the field. I don't get into contract stuff, but But yeah, we were in a situation last year. We were so tight up against the cap. They just couldn't get it done.
So now you're starting fresh again in Buffalo. Is it hard to think, gee, it's still Brady and Belichick, and Brady looks like he's going to play for 6 or 8 more years? Is that kind of a daunting thought through the offseason of we still have to deal with those guys?
Yep. They're still the team to beat. Every year you come together and you start laying groundwork for what you got to do, and the easiest way to get into the playoffs is win the division. And that's something that they've done, I don't know what the stat is, 13 times.
15 out of like 17 years.
It's unbelievable. I'm hoping that Tom wins this next Super Bowl and decides to hang him up. I mean, he's running out of fingers for Super Bowl rings, so
I don't think he's going away anytime soon.
I don't think so either.
So when Rex is gone now, you get new coach in, Tyrod Taylor. I mean, what do you think? What are your expectations for the Bills moving forward?
We got to see. There's a lot of questions to be answered right now. We got the new head man coming in, and I spoke briefly with him, but we won't really start building up our rapport and start building our relationship till we get back in April. Huge question with Tyrod Taylor in the quarterback position. What are they going to do with that? They have the guaranteed money that kicks in March, and questions have been circling about that. We've hired Rick Dennison as the offensive coordinator, and they have some familiarity. They've worked together before. So I'm hoping they do keep Tyrod around. I think Tyrod's not only a great player, but he's a great person, and he's great for that locker room. And, once we start getting those questions answered, then we can kind of start laying the foundation for our 2017 season.